1 2 1 2. Welcome to Animal Nonsense. I'm Jess.
I'm David. You really strike me as a person that remembers a lot.
I retain somewhat useless information, and important facts fall out of my head instantly. For example, if I ask someone for directions, that's gone instantly. But whole scenes from plays that I've done years before, I could rattle off.
I remember an episode of Waterloo Road.
Okay, I auditioned for Waterloo Road once many years ago as like a rookie teacher. Didn't get it, obviously.
I know the part.
Do you actually?
You'd have been really good at that.
Oh.
Might you be able to explain what Waterloo Road is?
Waterloo Road is a weekly drama that is set in a school.
It's set up north. And so
Yeah.
you get a lot of don't run about and go to history on time. Like that's a lot of the type of dialogue you get. I remember one episode.
Okay.
A pig is running up the halls. I do not remember how it got there or what the plot was. Only it must have been a parents' evening or a school play because there were mums and dads and people beyond the regular pupils and teaching staff you saw every week. And so it felt like it was something that had to be hidden, that there was a piglet running loose. Right?
Yeah.
I have read every episode's synopsis to get ready for this programme.
Every episode?
I remember the piglet more or less exactly. The episode did not occur. And I remember it so strongly. And on the BBC iPlayer, they have every episode. And I kind of, you can like scroll through without watching. So like you kind of put the cursor along and then like the images sort of move along and not one of a pig.
Was it a dream? Did you dream it?
I mean, I don't dream a lot, really.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. Now, I had a friend who was one of the pupils in Waterloo Road for a period of time.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, I'm just going to ring her and ask.
Okay.
Look, is there any... Because if you were acting in a project,
Yeah.
if for one day there was a piglet, wouldn't that be something you would remember?
You would remember, but then only if that occurred during her time on the show.
Well, now that's what I was thinking. But then I thought, say if it had happened before she got there,
Yeah.
then it would probably be talked about because you don't often have a piglet. I don't remember any other animals being in the show.
No.
If you've got a piglet running up and down,
Yeah.
if you're in like the canteen or whatever on filming day...
You think it might come up into casual conversation?
Well, it might have done. Like, oh, hey, do you remember the time you had a pig?
Yeah.
And so there's no evidence that ever occurred. And I've been really rocked to my core about this because I remember it exactly. And that's not something I make mistakes about. But I'm beginning to think it's like...
Did not happen.
Or I'm going to wake up and it turns out the earth is flat.
It's funny, my sister and I both share a childhood memory, but we remember it differently. So my sister's 3.5 years older than I am. I would have been really little at the time, like maybe about 4. The memory is that we found a toad, and how I remember it was I'm holding this toad and the toad starts to pee, so I give it to my sister. She remembers it the other way round.
Right.
We both remember that the thing happened, but it's the who gave who the peeing toad.
One of the great mysteries of modern time.
I feel like knowing what our relationship was like when we were little, probably my sister gave me the peeing toad.
But now I'm questioning a lot. And so now it's like if you threw an apple at me, is like my third arm going to catch it that I didn't know was there? Like everything feels a little bit different.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you, but this reminds me of, we did an episode about Prancer, A Christmas Tale, the movie I worked on with the reindeer.
Mm.
And my children were very little at the time. They were only 3. So they came out to Romania on location to film this film. And they came to set one day and they were extras in one of the scenes. And it really warped their young brains and their sense of reality. And I remember coming back and for weeks afterwards, my son, who was 3, saying, "Is this real?" So we'd watch TV and he'd be like, "Is this real?" And we'd be watching like Paw Patrol or something. He'd be like, "Is this real?" And I'd just be like, well, it's actors doing the voices and the pictures are drawings. Do you know what I mean? Like he got really confused. And then one day he just looked at me and went, "Am I real?"
Oh, wow, it really prompted like an existential...
It did.
So it made me think about remembering in the animal world. And the real estate of an animal's brain is not often very large
Okay.
in comparison to humans.
And I think animals very often are living in the moment, so they're not having to remember the past.
And that's exactly right. And a lot of the reason for that is that it's more efficient. And so if an animal has a reliable reflex response that gets them out of danger every time, they don't need to remember, oh, I remember that time when that predator comes towards me.
Yes.
The response kicks in and it works. You don't need to have that brain power remembering things. It's not a helpful use of their internal hard drive. Squirrels are able to remember exact food burial locations from months ago. Now, the reason for this is even if another squirrel's hoard of food is nearby, they will recover significantly more food from their own hoard rather than pinching another squirrel's hoard. The reason for this is it relies on how much time they've got. And so if they are exposed or they're having to find food at a time of day where they feel overlooked or something, being able to return to their own hoard accurately and quickly not only ensures their own survival, but the survival of their group. And so if they are at risk retrieving their food because they don't know where it is and they're looking all over, it could wipe them out. And so actually there is a use for them remembering it. Elephants are known for their memories, and a really important role in their group belongs to the oldest female. The group of elephants, which I don't remember the name of, do you remember the collective name for elephants?
A parade of elephants.
A parade of elephants. The parade that is most likely to thrive is the one that has the oldest female matriarch within their ranks.
Interesting.
Because they just have more experience and are better at distinguishing between friend or foe.
So I think also elephants and orcas are some of the very, very few species where the females go through a menopause. So for most animals, once you have finished being able to reproduce, your lifespan is short. But elephants and orcas, both matriarchal societies, and the thought process behind that is that the older females have this wealth of wisdom and knowledge, and their role becomes not to procreate, but to pass on their knowledge for the survival of their group.
And so for them, memory is enormously
it's important. And they're both very high functioning mammals, aren't they? With
they're really,
a lot of intelligence.
Know what's going on. Dolphins, they often rely on dolphin allies to rescue them if things get rough. Each dolphin has its own unique whistle, almost like a noise fingerprint of who they are. And dolphins trust and spend more time with a dolphin that has a familiar whistle.
Yeah.
One 50-year-old female dolphin responded positively to the whistle of a male dolphin she had not encountered for 43 years.
Wow, and she remembered it from when she was 7 years old.
And I read that and all I could think about was dolphins starring in their own version of Grease.
Oh.
And you had the doom, do-doom, underwater, having a boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. It's like a summer romance they had, and 43 years later they remember. Do you know the most common dream children have about school? Not really a nightmare, but an anxiety dream.
For many years, would have a dream that I was doing my exams and I'd be sat in GCSE English and be like, oh my God, I can't remember any of my Pride and Prejudice quotes. And then I've been able to, in the dream, remind myself that I'm an adult. I've done a degree. It doesn't matter if I know my GCSE English quotes. And get out of the nightmare that way. But I imagine it's, if not exams, maybe is it a bit like being naked at school?
Really close. Going to school by mistake in your pyjamas.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
One real animal who would not be worried about that is the striped pyjama squid. I'm going to show you a photo of one.
I'm surprised he's not popped up in one of my real or fake episodes.
That's right.
Gosh, he's cute.
I thought he really looked like a poached egg gone wrong.
Oh, because he's got the little orangey bits on his eyes.
Got a little orangey bit. And it's like, sometimes if you're somewhere a bit posh, they might drizzle some
Oh,
sauce
yeah, like
on
some
the top.
balsamic or something. Yeah, it does.
They bury themselves in a bed of seagrass and leave only their eyes protruding.
Okay.
They only move around at night to catch small fish or crustaceans. Do not assume they are relaxed. They do look quite cute. But if you go near them in a threatening manner, they will produce large amounts of toxic slime to mug you off. And it's a rare example of a poisonous predatory mollusk.
I feel like a lot of the creatures that you tell me about have a slime element to them.
Well, I reckon it might be growing up because when I was a kid, every TV programme, people had been gunged.
Yeah, that's so true.
It was a really big... Oh, no, we're going to throw him in the gunge. Whoa! Noel Edmonds or whoever ends up in gunge.
Ant and Dec used to do a lot of gunging.
You don't get that now. Gunge is almost entirely... But probably
gunge is passé.
It was probably like an irritant because they would like gunge children and all sorts.
Yeah. I think they started towards the end of the gunge era. They used to give you like goggles.
Yeah, because some poor kid's retina's got detached in a gunge tank. And
No.
But there was so much of it, wasn't there?
Yeah,
it was everywhere.
It was a real thing.
But then I wondered as well if, like, now with, like, I don't know if there was an enormous amount of safeguarding going on when those programs were being made. And you think they must have had a shower on site.
You'd hope so.
Or they just have to go home on the bus.
Lots of baby wipes, yeah.
In gunge.
In gunge.
All right, so we're going to play a little game.
Okay.
You are going to play a series of young animals on your way home from a really bad parents' evening. I'm going to play the role of your parent. You must guess what animal you are from how our conversation is going. And every time you guess right, we move on to the new animal.
Lovely.
I'm really embarrassed that this is how you're conducting yourself at school. Everyone at school will think I don't feed you. You had a snack in the car. I gave you a pencil. That ought to be more than enough. It was enough for me and your mother. You go into the PE hall and you ate the entire bench that your teacher was sat on. It's not right to be that hungry.
Am I a beaver?
No, you're not a beaver, but that would have been so much better if I'd have made it a beaver. You're a woodworm.
I am a woodworm, okay.
But a beaver would make so much more sense.
The pencil did confuse me, but yeah. Okay.
All right, okay, on to the next one. You are so ungrateful to your mother. It's always, you didn't pay enough attention to me. I won't apologise because your mother has worked so hard and you only ever think about you. Your mother had 2 million other eggs to take care of. It wasn't only you. You don't even, and the problem is you only think about yourself. You don't think that we have to go to so many parents' evenings every night because there are 2 million of you. Just tonight alone, we have to go through 5,479 parents' evenings in order we get through all of you in the entire year. And we're really upset. You come from a military home. Your mother has enough to do. You must plough your own furrow and think about the greater needs of the group.
Am I an ant?
You are specifically an African driver soldier ant.
Really? It was the military that gave me the clue. I was thinking either an insect or a fish with all the eggs.
2 million. All right, we've got one more.
Excellent.
All right, where are you? You can't hide forever. Me and your mother, we've got the same power as you, and you think you're so smart, but we don't do it because we have to turn up. We have to be responsible. The problem is you do this and it wipes you out. It exhausts you for the rest of the day, and you don't pay attention to your lessons at school, and you're making everyone run off and look for you. You're not afraid of anyone. You're not doing it for any survival reason. You're just acting up. And I'm wondering what you have to say for yourself.
I've got 2 options for this. Am I either a chameleon or an octopus?
You are a chameleon.
I'm a chameleon.
What made you think a chameleon?
Everyone having to go off and look for you. Time for our good news roundup. A major Ecuadorian study has found that rainforest biodiversity can recover to 90% within just 30 years. Brazil's Atlantic forest hits its lowest deforestation rate in 4 decades. A 55-year-old Canadian study revealed that forever chemicals in seabird eggs plummeted by 74% following strict environmental regulations. By February 2027, the European Union will mandate that all smartphones feature user-replaceable batteries, a historic legislative blow against the global e-waste crisis. UK Education Secretary Bridget Phillipson has given the go-ahead for a new GCSE in natural history to be developed.
Join us again for more Animal Nonsense.